Hi guys, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. I'd like to talk today about why I advocate eating mainly organic fruit. Now, if we look in the nutritional literature, what we find is that many studies have looked at those people who eat fruit and found that they have a lower risk of certain diseases such as cardiovascular disease and cancer. Now, some of this effect might be due to the fibre that's in the fruit. There is high amounts of, for example, pectin in certain fruits, and pectin has been shown to benefit glycemic control. It's been shown to lower cholesterol levels. So fibre is beneficial. However, there are also a number of phytonutrients in fruit, particularly of the group of flavonoids, and these phytonutrients have been shown to have effects in the body. They're biologically active, they have biochemical effects in the body, and when we consume them, they may be protective of disease. In particular, they are strong antioxidants, and they may also regulate cell function through gene regulation. So these flavonoids and other phytonutrients as well, such as the carotenoids, may have important cellular roles within the body. Now, it's important to understand that these flavonoids, these carotenoids, and all the other phytonutrients that may be beneficial to the health in fruit are found mainly in the skins and the outer portions of fruits. The reason for this is that plants use these chemicals to protect their tissues the same way as they protect human tissues, and for this to happen they have to be concentrated in that area of the fruit that is exposed to the UV light and the environment, because that is what the plant is using these chemicals for. It's likely using these chemicals to prevent damage to the fruit, damage to its tissues, from both environmental attack, including UV light, and also from pests. So they are concentrated mainly in the skins. Now, the problem with this is that the pesticides that we spray on fruits when we grow them are also concentrated mainly in the skins. So we need to eat the skins of fruits in order to be able to take in the phytonutrients, but if we eat those skins, we also take in pesticides. The solution to this is to eat organic fruit, which has the phytonutrients in the skins, but hasn't been exposed to pesticides. This gives us the best of both worlds because we get high levels of phytonutrients and low levels of pesticides. Those pesticides, many of them, have been shown to cause disease in humans, particularly when combined together. They seem to have a synergistic effect at causing disease. So it's important to avoid these pesticides, and this is why I advocate eating mainly organic fruit, so that you can eat the skins of the fruit without worrying about the pesticide residues. Now, another reason that it's preferential to eat organic fruit is to do with the way that the plant uses these phytochemicals to protect its tissues. Some of these phytochemicals are used to prevent pests, to repel pests of particular types, such as fungus, such as microorganisms. And these flavonoids, therefore, tend to be of higher levels in those fruits that are exposed to these pathogens. Now, organic fruit tends to have a higher exposure to these pathogens because we don't spray them to kill the pathogens, and the pathogens then therefore tend to be in higher levels. Studies have been done on organic grapes against conventionally sprayed grapes, and generally those of organic origin have higher levels of the phytochemicals in their skins because they are exposed to pathogens. And it's known in agricultural circles that if pathogens attack plants, they increase the concentrations of these phytochemicals in their skins to protect themselves. And therefore this gives us another reason to turn to organic fruit, because organic fruit may have higher levels of these phytochemicals compared with conventional fruits. Now, I'm not saying that conventional fruits aren't worth eating. I would say that any fruit and vegetable, if you eat it, be it conventional or organic, will benefit your health. If you can't afford the extra cost of organic fruit, there is nothing wrong with eating conventional fruit. The pesticides are obviously detrimental to your health in high amounts. You can't wash them off the skins very easily. They tend to be non-water soluble, and they tend to be attached to the skins. You can remove the peel, the pulp from certain fruits in order to be able to remove most of the pesticides. Another way we can avoid pesticides if we can't afford organic fruit is to actually avoid those fruit and vegetables that are most exposed to these pesticide residues. Perhaps be selective in the types of fruits that you consume in order to be able to avoid those that generally contain high amounts of pesticides. For example, apples are known to be very high in pesticide residues if you buy conventionally grown fruit. And therefore, if you're going to be selective on the types of fruits that you buy that are organic, I would suggest that apples be one of those fruits, because you would avoid large intakes of pesticides by avoiding conventionally grown apples. So organic apples are a good idea. Now, if you can't afford any organic fruit, then you will have to eat conventionally grown fruit. But I do suggest that you do consume high intakes of fruit. But don't forget vegetables as well. Vegetables also contain these phytonutrients. They contain very similar profiles of phytonutrients. They're also a very good source of fiber. They have very high amounts of fiber. And also, vegetables tend to be lower in sugars and starch than fruits. So you get most of the benefits of fruits in vegetables, but you get none of the sugars and a lot less of the starch. So vegetables can actually be more beneficial than fruit. They're not so easy to consume. Fruits are much more convenient generally to consume. They tend to be tastier, but don't forget that you should have a high intake of fruits and vegetables. Don't avoid your vegetables, because there are some phytonutrients in vegetables that aren't available in fruit, and vice versa. The best advice I can give you on eating fruit and vegetables is to eat a wide range of different colours. Those colours represent the phytochemicals within the fruits and vegetables. For example, carotenoids give fruits and vegetables a yellow, an orange or a red colour. The flavonoids such as anthocyanins tend to give fruits and vegetables a purple, blue or dark red colour. So berries are very high, for example, in anthocyanins. And when we look at carrots, we look at other vegetables that are kind of in a red, orange spectrum, such as peppers. They're very high in carotenoids. So try and eat a rainbow of colours in your fruits and vegetables. If you can eat organic fruits and vegetables, that is preferential. If you can't, try and avoid those conventionally grown fruits that tend to have high amounts of pesticide residues, such as apples.